Hi everyone, how you doing? So I'm off fishing today. Woohoo! And this will be the first time in over a year that I've fished one of my favourite spots. If it's free, obviously, there could be somebody on it. So, but yeah, I'm heading for a place called The Point. I really love fishing The Point, but it's a bit of a trek for me anyway. So I've got the scooter. So far so good. She's doing alright. I thought she would, to be fair. There's a couple of spots which I know are a bit risque, as it were, but I think she'll be alright. They're just a bit steep, and I think the someone will correct me, but the Maximo does 17 degrees, and I think these are probably close. To be fair, they're not very long, but you know, there's some, you know, there is some steep bits in the woods. But I will spin the camera around, and you can see for yourself. So here you go, guys. I'm hoping that there's no fallen trees this way. National Trust are pretty good at clearing the main paths. So this is the steep bit that I was a little bit worried about. It's a bit bumpy, but if I take it steady, I should be fine. Well, we've done that bit alright. I had to stop the camera for a second because schoolboy error, I forgot to screw the handlebars in properly, and I felt them coming a little bit wobbly. But that was me. So here we go. As you can see, this is pretty rough ground, but she's doing alright. How cool is this? I got the whole woods to myself by the sound of it. Can't hear anybody, just the birds. I'm going to cut this corner, see how well she does across the corner. Oh, yes! And now I'm on proper paths. Awesome! I'm quite happy that that bit's done. So I know I can get down here, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get back up if I take it steady. That's the start of the gardens and the lily pads, and obviously over there is the boathouse, and in a minute you'll see the hall, which is pretty special. I think there's been something on here since the 11th or the 12th century or something like that. It's been developed over the years, obviously, and then Georgian front put on it. And she's made it. And there she is, there's the haul. It's not a bad view for fishing, is it? Not a bad view at all. This is where I'm fishing. I'm going to get down there and I'll film from there. So this is the point, and this is my spot for the day. So I'm going to pop the camera down and I get cracking. I think that was probably a pike or a perch, something chasing the fry. Let's get fishing. First cast, method feeder, sweet corn, fake corn on a hair rig. Method feeder mix is just crushed up chocolate biscuits. Well, when I say chocolate, bourbon biscuits, some coconut biscuits, and some bread, just to make a really sticky, doughy paste, really, to mould around the feeder. I want it to be quite firm. It's quite oily as well because of obviously the butter that was in the biscuits. It smells really nice, actually. I could just get my head in that feeder bucket and munch down. It's a real simple rig. Plenty of YouTube videos on how to do a method rig. You don't need to see me do it. I've had a couple of nibbles, but that'll be little fish nudging the feeder. A lot of the first taps you get on method feeder, I always find, is when that method feeder is settling, or as it's on the drop, you'll get fish that attack the ball of bait. And obviously it'll register as a bite because obviously the feed is moving, but the hook will still be buried in ground bait at that point. Sometimes you get a take if they attack it viciously enough, and obviously the ball crumbles, sweet corn falls out, fake corn falls out, and then the fish snaffle it all up. Hey, so I've had an interesting 30 seconds or so. I was reeling in the feeder and it got completely smashed by a pike about a foot from the bank. It obviously chased it in. And yet whenever I come spinning down here, whoa, I'm in! Right, camera's got to go, guys. So I just switched to a pop-up from my fake corn and I'm in. And it feels like a tench. Because I don't think pikes eat fake corn. Yeah, sorry, I don't think pike eat pop-ups. Right, I'm going to get rid of the phone and get this in. This is what it's all about, guys. There she is. A lovely duddy tench. I love these fish. You're a gorgeous girl, aren't you? Right, let's get her back. What do you think, guys? Another one. I love them. I'm going to end on a fish now. I'm going to get her back. I'm going to get back home. Have a brew. Cheers, guys. I'm chuffed today, really am. You know, I never thought I'd get to fish that particular swim. Swim is an area for those of you that don't fish. I never thought we'd get to fish that particular swim again, simply because of how the distance from the car it was, and obviously carry any fishing rods. But no, I was there. I caught 2 tench, and I'm chuffed, and I made up. And then I'm going to go back to the car park now, and shortly my other half and my daughter are going to pick me up and be back home for a cup of tea. Yeah, so it's been a nice, half day out fishing. It's been just like it always was, really. A few years ago when I just chucked the stuff in the car and then down off to a lake or a river or wherever. It's just been like that. Just the only difference is I've got a scooter and I don't feel shattered at the end of it. I feel as good now as I did when I got here. Normally, fishing was like a big build up to knowing that if I went fishing I'd end up having like a day on the sofa or a day in bed afterwards to recover, but seriously don't feel like I'm going to need to recover. So yeah, I'm chuffed, I'm made up.